Yes. Una good afternoon, my people. Una good afternoon. My name's Victor Vince. I'm a leadership coach, an executive life coach. So today we are going to talk about leadership. You know, I saw a video of our brother JP Lucky. He said Epa Eranomigho is a dictator. You understand? So as a leadership coach, it's incumbent on me to talk about what dictators entails. So let's start with a quote. A quote from Dr. Miles Marone. Dr. Miles Marone said, democracy does not produce strong leaders. Listen to that. Dr. Miles Marone said, democracy does not produce strong leaders. That's the fact. I mean, Adolf Hitler was never a democratic guy. Mussolini was even Napoleon Bonaparte. So Dr. Miles Marone is right. Democracy never produced a strong leader. Another of my mentors, Dr. Boyce Watkins. So Dr. Boyce Watkins years ago went to lecture in China. And there's this thing he said in China. He said, it will be difficult. Okay, it will be difficult for democracy to work in China. You see, there's something you have to understand about democracy. Democracy is like everybody having a say or everybody having an opinion. So, for example, in Europe, where we have democracy, some people will say democracy can create a bottleneck. Okay, democracy can create a bottleneck. So, for example, we need to make a quick decision. So we don't have time to debate this in parliament. We don't have time to debate this in House of Assembly. We have to make the decision today. You understand? So democracy versus dictatorship. The disadvantage of democracy is the time. You know, I was speaking to an Indian friend who told me that I think their new leader, he said that guy not take shit. You know, he's a kind of a dictator. So I'm driving somewhere. Now, what makes you an exceptional leader? Okay, what makes you an exceptional leader, according to Alessi Yama, is the thin line between being democratic and being a dictator. You know, it's the thin line. It's your ability to understand that, look, this is the time I will dictate, and this is the time I will allow democracy, I will allow freedom of speech. You know, so when I hear people like Lucky, JP saying that Epa Eranomigho is because of his dictatorship, that's why PFM fall and something like that. My brother, you need a bit of dictatorship to rule any organization. But my point is that your ability to understand when to dictate and your ability to understand when to allow other people freedom is what makes you an exceptional leader. Okay, nobody's perfect. Let me just make that point clear. So when I was growing up, you know, I used to pray, say, God, remove us from poverty, you know, remove us from poverty. So God eventually blessed maybe one person in my family. You understand? So when God blessed one person in my family, I now start praying that God, probably he could have just kept us in that poverty. Because one person that God blessed in that family become a dictator, he want to dominate the rest of the family. I mean, the person want to literally be pulling on top of everybody. You understand? So that is the kind of feeling I was getting from JP, you know, Lucky, when he was talking about the attitude of Epa Eranomigho towards the family. You know, he want to influence, for example, the decision of the younger one to go and marry a second wife. You understand? JP said that he did not assess the younger one first if he's capable of marrying second wife. What he's saying is that the first wife and the children are still struggling to eat. Okay, the first wife and the children are still struggling to eat, and Epa Eranomigho influence, according to JP, influence the marriage of second wife, which will just make like more difficult. You understand? Even me, I was planning of adopting a child. According to Blessed CEO, I listened to Blessed CEO. Blessed CEO say, rather than for him to marry a man and take care of the man, she rather adopt a child. That was my thinking. But when I look at the cost, look at everything, I withdraw. I say, no, I don't want to get involved in adopting a child. So I have to think through it. I have to look at the financial consequences. So when I see someone like JP and Lucky is talking about the financial consequences of marrying second wife, given the fact that the wife at home and the children are still struggling, is kind of difficult, you know. So let me proceed further. You see, I have nephews. You understand? I have nephews. I try to advise them as best I can. But if they are not taking my advice, I withdraw. I don't want to be seen as trying to be a father figure to them. Do you understand where I'm going with this? Even your own children, if you try to dominate them, if you try to tell them everything they will do, Dr. Miles Monroe referred to it as what we call a witchcraft spirit. Any domination spirit, doesn't matter if you are trying to dominate your wife, you are trying to dominate your children, is a witchcraft spirit. Your own children, I can understand that because you want the best for your children. But if you are trying to dominate maybe outside your children, you know, your brothers, your sisters, then something is wrong somewhere. You know, I understand Epa Eranomigho mentality because Epa Eranomigho mentality generation is different from JP generation. Okay? Epa Eranomigho mentality generation, from what I can see, marry more wife, have more children. JP generation is more like, think it through, be careful. The one I have at home, I've not been able to maintain them. So why should I be going for another wife? So that is JP mentality. The Epa Eranomigho mentality, our Biomo Biomo. So you can see the difference. The difference is clear. You understand me? So what I will say here is this. Like I was using my own family to give a sample. When one person get money in the family, you see the domination. You know, you see they want to dominate the wife you will marry. They want to dominate what you will do with your money. They want to use force. They want to use power. You know, that is the kind of feelings I was getting from JP. And Lucky, it's like JP, from what I see, is not happy to be on social media talking about his family. But it seems he was forced to come on social media to highlight this issue. I personally believe probably JP have been trying to communicate this issue with Epa Eranomigho indoors. But it seems it was impossible. He has to come to public to speak about it. So, I'm not talking about Epa Eranomigho personally. I'm talking about generally. Okay, this attitude usually comes from sisters. Okay, when sisters want to come into your marriage to control your wife, control you, you understand? It's very common in the Africa background. Now it's a senior son trying to control the brothers, the sisters, even the elder sisters. This is what I can see in this situation. So what I'm not only talking to Epa Eranomigho, I'm talking generally. You understand? You know when to try to get involved in people's life. If it's your children, it's understandable because they are your children. They are your biological children. But if they are not your children, if they are your brothers, if they are your nephew, don't try to dominate. You know, try to give them a lot of leeway. Like I said, I have nephews. You know, if I feel that they feel that I'm trying to be a father figure, I withdraw. I withdraw because I don't want to be seen as being trying to be a father. It's not my responsibility to be a father. So that's the take us back to leadership. Leadership, then we talk about dictatorship, we talk about democracy. You understand? The thin line between dictator and, because as a leader, you need both. There are times you need to be a dictator, and there are times you need to be democratic. You need both to be able to run any organization. You need both. You need both. I use China to give example. I use Dr. Miles' quote to give example. You need both. You need to be democratic. You need to be dictatorship in nature. But it's your ability. It's your ability to balance this. It's your ability to always correct yourself. It's your ability to let other people listen to other people. I mean, leaders are good listeners. That's just the fact. To be a leader, you must be a good listener. And it's your ability to know that, look, it is not my position to do this. It's not my position to do this. It's not my to be able to know your own weaknesses, your strengths, what you're supposed to do and what you are not supposed to do as a leader. This is what makes you an exceptional leader. Okay, so I'm saying this so that both sides can go and review themselves, maybe meet outside and try to arrange this thing themselves. I haven't said that on this social media space. I'm still saying it. I don't pull water from my talk. On this social media space, Epa Eranomigho is like a father to me. You know, it's like a father to me on this social media space. You know, you understand? When people like Kabaka is trying to oppress me in Benin there, in Edo there, Epa Eranomigho has come out to stand for me. You understand? He has come out to fight for me. Even though I used to have sister, or I don't know if she still exists in the social media space. So the point I'm trying to make is this. Epa Eranomigho is not perfect, but he's not a bad person either. Okay? It's not easy. Whether it's for money, whether not for money or it doesn't matter for anything, to leave your place of comfort, like a genocide the talker. He leave the place of comfort to go and be protesting in UK, protesting in Italy, go and visit grave of dead people, of dead Nigerians, which no Edo people have ever done. In fact, there's a lot of Edo people there's a lot of Edo people in Italy that anytime Edo State is having any function, the Italian embassy must visit there. The reason of that is because we have a lot of Edo community in Italy. You understand? It's only Eranomigho that have deemed it fit to go to Italy to go and visit the grave of dead Edo citizens. So we have to give him credit. Okay? Eranomigho is not 100% perfect, but you have to give him credit for the effort, for the fight he's fighting for us on this social media. So that's all I want to say. So I wanted to look at this issue from a leadership angle as a leadership teacher. So I came to share my opinion, you know, to talk about dictatorship and democracy and the difference in between. So like I said, my name is Victor Vince. I'm a life coach, a business coach, a financial literacy teacher, and I'm also an executive life coach, which is another word for leadership coach. Thanks for watching and do have a productive day.